Hi, I'm Michelle Kazanjian. I am Director of Ministry at St. Thomas Church, and I'm here today with our front office manager, Antona. Antona, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do at St. Thomas?
Hi, everyone. Like Michelle said, I am the front office administrator, and my main job is to keep the front office open and running, to uh, build a welcoming environment in the front office, and to manage the database as well. So I'm in charge of keeping track of parishioners' data and their information. And then I also do lots of odds and ends things, ordering supplies, taking care of the printers, things like that.
Okay. I know one thing that I appreciate about you, Antona, is you are always sweet whenever I come in and generous, and I never feel like I'm interrupting you. So thank you for being there for us. We do have rotating staff in the front office, right? So you're not there every single day, and then we have part-time people, correct?
That is correct.
You're behind the scenes managing.
Yeah. So we're all time at the front office, and so that is very fun to just kind of have a rotating staff. So you never know who you're going to get when you come into the front office, but whomever you get will be able to greet you with a smile and help you out. So.
Thanks, Antona. Yeah, and if there's ever any issues, we can call Antona. I think you manage also the baptismal records, right?
Yeah, I do, yeah. So I take care of sacramental records for baptism, first communion, and confirmation, as well as sending out certificates for people who are seeking those sacraments or sacraments of marriage.
Okay, and for those of you who don't know it, Antona has another expression of her faith and life in the church. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your other church, your Sunday church?
Yes, so I am, by training, I'm a classical singer. I have 2 degrees in vocal performance, and I am one of the cantors at the Cathedral of the Most Blessed Sacrament in Detroit. So I unfortunately can't spend my Sundays at St. Thomas because I'm driving out to Detroit to sing there. So I do that, and then I also do various opera gigs regionally with Michigan Opera Theater as well as with Grand Rapids Opera.
Okay, opera. At first I thought you said awkward gigs, and I was trying to. No, hopefully they're not awkward.
Hopefully they're not awkward.
And then, and so for the last thing I'll say is Antona lives over at our St. Catherine House of Discernment across the street, and Antona has discerned into the vocation of marriage and is now newly engaged, right? And your wedding is next October?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, well, thanks, Antona. I'm glad you're here. So this year, we are in the year of the Bible. Our Bishop Boyer, has declared this the year of the Bible. So one of the things we're also doing in these short interviews is asking you to share with our parishioners, a scripture that has been meaningful in your life. So what do you have for us today, Antona?
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to choose one scripture because I feel like different things in scripture really speak to me at different times in my life and have spoken to me. But something the part of scripture, the book of scripture that has most consistently been a part of my prayer life is definitely the book of Psalms, because I love to pray the liturgy of the hours. So, morning prayer, evening prayer, opposite readings. And that's been a part of my prayer life since my undergraduate studies. So for a good number of years now. And from the Psalms, one of the Psalms that really has struck out to me is Psalm 24, which is in the liturgy of the hours. Is you can use it as the psalm for the invitatory. So the invitatory is kind of this call to prayer that you do before the first office of the day. So either before office of readings or before morning prayer, whichever one you're doing first. And so it's really just this everyone come gather, come worship the Lord type prayer, the invitatory.
For the Muslims, the guy in the tower who's doing
yeah, kind of like that. So they're very like they're all about like praising God and marveling in God and really just calling to worship. So the part of Psalm 24 that really struck me, mainly for just this beautiful image that it puts, is this section I'm going to read for you now. O gates, lift high your heads, grow higher, ancient doors. Let him enter, the King of glory. So it's just those three lines of the psalm, and in Psalm 24, it's actually repeated twice. That same phrase, and it really is just, for some reason, when I first prayed Psalm 24, that those lines struck out to me, just like the image of these like old creaky doors, maybe the doors of our hearts or the doors of humanity, just like growing beyond what they were, and just to let God enter, to let Christ enter. And that image is just so powerful that, no matter how shut the doors of our hearts are, or how many obstacles there are, like God is calling us to burst those doors open, to expand them. When we let Christ enter us, we all have an expansion of what we by ourselves can do and what we by ourselves are, when we let Christ enter. So just that, that short line of Psalm 24 is always struck out to me. But.
Short line. Actually, I really appreciate that image. One thing I'm seeing in talking to parishioners and people who work at St. Thomas through these interviews is, I swear every single time I have thought about scripture in a way that I never did before. Just that's one of the beautiful things about sharing scripture with other people is, we have our own take on things, but then you hear someone else's reading and it opens your mind to something completely different. So I never really did, kind of get that image of expanding, like our gates, our doors of our heart needing to become bigger to let God in. So that was a really cool image. Thank you.
Yeah.
So
thanks, Michelle.
Well, God bless you, Antona. I look forward to sharing this with our parishioners via the website. So look for yourself on our website. God bless you. Bye.
Thanks, Michelle. God bless.